Hi all. So I'm just wondering if you can hear me. It looks like few people already joined in. Can you please just type that you can hear me? Because I'm not sure if my headphones are working properly, if they're connected correctly. Okay, fantastic, RK. Thanks for letting me know. So, look, basically, guys, so as you aware, a couple of days ago, I finished the test, the evaluation test. I finally made it through. It is the longest one I've ever done. So it took 27 trading days. So it is more than a month. The previous one has been passed within a month, within 20 trading days, I believe. And another gauntlet I've passed. Yeah, you have to trade for 60 days, basically. In the 60 trading days, it is 2 months. And yeah, so here's basically the outcome of it. So you can see I'm using Jigsawtrading, and here's a geoanalytics platform for it. And you can see I started on the 20th of January, and that's pretty much my equity curve. So it looks reasonably good when I ask few people. So as I mentioned, like we have a group of people in a chat who is doing same thing. So who is trying to pass Leeloo account. We have a couple of people who are already trading Leeloo account. Some people trading their own funding in there, and so yeah. But most of them trading ES, so ES and Q, some do CL, and some are still learning. So I've posted it there in my group, and looks like, yeah, the equity curve is not that bad. So I obviously not happy with it. Like, the way I've traded, everyone, I think who've been watching for a while, you've seen that I've been making plenty of mistakes. And we just need to sort of reduce the amount of mistakes I've been making, and hopefully this funded account is going to be continued to be funded. And so let's just have a look basically at stats. And so the total gain is 4,400 in this 26 trading days, and that's a profit. We need to deduct some commissions out of it, and I've executed 206 trades to generate that income. So I think it's a reasonably good enough figure. So here's the winning P&L, and yeah, it looks like I've been winning more on the short side of things, and but at the same time they're sort of equal. Like, if it's not that much break between long and short, so it means I'm in equilibrium. Sort of, I can take a long trade, I can take a short trade. I don't have much preference. Depends where the market is going. My maximum drawdown was 900, and that's, I can't recall what day it was, but I've screwed up quite well in that day, and I thought I'm going to lose my account. But yeah, we were able to recover, I think, that day, and end up negative something, like, I can't recall that. And so continue on. The average gain loss was 164, which is not bad, I guess. Like, average trade gain loss is 21 ticks. That's about right, because I'm trying, like, 6 ticks is my bare minimum. Like, it seems like, I'm trying to get 6 ticks, and for the first slot. Average losing trade, I've been trying to behave well this time, and it's negative 35. So it is still larger than my average gain, but That's again due to me trying to make sure, like, I am wrong, like, so there is no way. So, and sometimes if you've seen, if you notice, it's market just started to go fast and it doesn't give you an opportunity to get out of the trade. So it's basically I'm chasing, and I'm not sure how I can actually improve it, or because if I'm going to put a stop loss, sometimes I'm getting too soon. So I'm seeing in DOM a sign of buying, and I'm getting on the first sign instead of waiting for a confirmation of it. So it's a little bit of, I need to sort of improve that. But at the same time, like, if I'm wrong, I can say I'm wrong. I can still let it run for like 6-7 ticks, and market can come back basically and let me get out at the break even. So it's really, we need to trade off, and that can be improved, like, So largest winning trade, 412, so it was quite good. So it's not that bad. And largest losing trade is minus 475. Yeah, I think that's the day when it was minus 900. It's actually when I got out of the trade. So that was my largest losing trade. And that's again, it's just because market like moving quite fast and a little bit irrational. Like we can see it on ES, it's going nuts. And so winning trades are not bad, 121. Losing trades is 73. They're quite close. Scratch 12. Scratch trades is 12. Maximum consecutive winners is 7, which is not bad. But maximum consecutive losers is 5. That stat got increased on the latest days towards the test because I went nuts and started to go. Just enter it for the sake of it, like, I've lost my patience, and obviously giving the trading is all about discipline. I really need to focus on that, like, if, like, not to go nuts and not to try not to recover my losses, given we've seen already I can be losing on a couple of days, but then one good day and we're actually covering the losses of those 2 days and finishing green. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, and it's still plenty of room to learn. I just need to practice it. Percentage of winning trades is 58. Preferably, it would to have it above 60. That would make it nice stats. If it's above 60, it's gonna give a lot of hope. But if it's above 50 and even if it's going to be a 50, it looks like I'm still making money, given we have average winning trade is 58 and the losing one is 35. So it's still, even if it's going to drop to 50, it looks like I'm still making money if I'm going to keep the same ratio of average winning to average losing. So percentage of losing is 35. So it looks like longs were winning this time, and it simply is because market moves going up right now, and that's probably contributed quite a bit. And I guess if market is going in a downtrend, it is going to be in reverse. Profit factor, I have no idea what it is and what's the meaning of it, but my average MAE and MFE slightly off. So it's very close. It's very close 1-to-1. So, but still, like, that needs to be improved. So my entry needs to be more precise and wait for actual confirmation of the trade. Average holding time is at 21 minutes, which is accurate, I guess. And average winner been holding for 28 minutes, and losing trade is for 13 minutes. So I guess that's a good sign, right? Because I'm holding to my winners, trying to hold to my winners, and trying to cut the losing trade fast, like, getting out. And so I have a full subscription. I cannot put a fees in here, but it would be awesome, like, to get it fully done in here because I don't like how Reefmix presents the data. So that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, and it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's still a lot of room for improvement. So now I just need to practice really to keep it the same way. And just for your information, I've picked the investor part. It's called now the investor. I don't know how it's like, basically the investor account, and it used to call part B. So it's basically I have to stick and basically build up my account, and until I build it up, I cannot withdraw. I think I cannot withdraw funds for a month, and I'm given I'm working, right? I'm working full time. I don't have that rush to start withdrawing money from these accounts. The real goal is just to build an account, basically, so I don't have to stress out for this 2,500, that Leeloo gives you to play with. So it would be nice to build account at least up to a 10K, and just using that money and whatever is above 10K, start withdrawing a month maybe. So I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but I'm not here for the 100-mile race, 100-meter race or whatever. It's really a marathon, it's going to take some time. They're giving only 2.5 to lose, and it basically moves with your trading. So I really need to build up that account before I can be comfortable with it, and maybe then start another test as well with other company just to see for fun, if I can do it again and get the account somewhere else. I'm not sure if you recently seen the S&B Capital. It is an American prop shop. They started to introduce another program for them. Usually, most of the time, they're trading stocks, and they just introduced recently. I've got a mail from them that they introduced a futures trading program, and it's quite pricey. I sort of disagree with the price, otherwise I would have taken, but the price is a little bit too high for beginners just to address it. But the beauty is if you pass it and you've traded for a year, they can invite you to the US and you can trade in their office and get extra training. So we'll see how it's going to turn out. And maybe they're going to drop a price, but 400 is just a little bit too much for a month to pay for the brand, basically. I think they're relying on their name. So because they're well known and very well advertised. And Gauntlet is quite good. I was happy with them as well. So they're quite amazing, and they're good. They have a good customer service, and they're responding quite well. Unfortunately, I don't have their account here, or I have to search for it. So, I've been funded with them. I've done their test for 60 days, and their normal Gauntlet, not the mini. So I've passed it as well, but I failed it once. I think I failed Leeloo as well when I was green 2,300, I think. When I blew it up, I just let it run. I went to sleep and I left the order run, and basically it went again against me, and the position was quite large. And I basically blew it up. I can't recall it actually. You can guys go and check it out. It's all there where I failed it. And with every fail you're learning something new, you're improving. It's just you need to come to agreement with yourself that trading is not a rush, where you can start to make huge amount of money. So it all depends on the capital as well. So obviously if you have hundreds of thousands, maybe you can do it, like, but again, it's just, you got to understand something and build an account. And that's a good question, Araki. It's actually already live. Well, this is already live. So this is my funded account. So it's already, I already connected to it. So it's already trading. So yeah. So I pretty much can start trading now. But I don't feel like starting on Friday because I still have to do some extra work for my main job. I have to be I have to take care of some things at midnight of Australian time. Like, we have some implementation going on and I need to test it. So yeah, the account is ready. So it took them 24 hours to complete. And that's mainly because I've chosen the investor package, because they're just resetting it and you're going on again. Like, it's the same account. Where other ones, they have to actually create a new account for you to start, because you're starting with a one lot or two lots, I can't recall exactly. And I've chosen this one because I do really like to use it 100% straight away, like, so I don't have to readjust, because if I have to readjust, it's not good at all, like, So I think it looks promising, so we're either going to stop here around 505 area, like, You see, this is another good thing, guys. If you notice, I started to make a note here, and it seems to be the market travels from one rejected area to another, right? So we have it here, so we can see it's being rejected sort of here, and they started to move up, and they just keep going. So they're going to reach this. I hope they're going to reach this area, 485, 505. Like, maybe even higher slightly, maybe 600 or something. But I believe it's going to reverse it around here. So it's pretty close, like, it's very close. So yeah, the account is ready, Araki, so we can start trading on Monday. Yeah, for now, I'm just sticking to what we've got here. Like, I just relax a little bit, have a rest, watch it, how it's running, and and we can start on Monday. That's going to be a new journey. Hopefully, it's going to be a pretty long one. So I don't have to do it. Like, I really hate it to go again back to this stuff. Like, I have to be disciplined. But as I already said, I'm not rushing, man. I truly do not rush anymore. Like, before, when I was trading TST, it's like there is a pressure that you have to finish in a month, like, because you're pretty much burning that money. But I've reached, like, I sort of enlightened, like, that it's not going to be a quick thing. And the gauntlet, they've been very smart to actually saying, hey, here's your 60 days. It costs slightly higher, but here's your 60 days. You just trade that, and you're going to get funded if you've passed it. The only thing I don't like about gauntlet right now is because they have that rule. If you have, depends on how much drawdown you have right at the beginning, is going to determine the amount of money you're going to receive. And I disagree with that. So if the rule is you actually have to pass it, right? So you have to pass it, like, and that's it. You're gonna get your money, because they're giving you 25,000, and what it means is you can trade depends on CME margin requirements. So, for example, for 6E, I could have traded how many? 7 contracts, I think. And but if you're trading 6E, ES, you can only trade like how many? 3, because it's a 7,000, I think, margin for ES. It's a little bit high. It's a little bit too high, and you can only do 3 lots, and it all depends on the product. But for 6E, it worked out okay, like, because I have a 6 lots. And Leeloo was pretty amazing, like, man, I'm telling you, like, support is pretty good. They have a fucking FAQ where you can just go and see once you've passed it. You can even prepare the docs in advance, like, because they're asking you to fill up a few forms. I've been smart and I just forwarded them the old form I have, like, so right away. So I've passed it. Yeah, they have a point 1. You basically need to provide us with a screenshot of your like that you reached the target, right? And the second thing, I think they need your Rhythmic ID that you're using to connect. Then they need the account ID you're listing in there. Then they're asking for your extract of your trades. So yeah, that one is quite yeah. If you're using, I'm not sure what you're using, Ninja or other platforms. So make sure you extract every single trade that belongs to that account. Yeah, and they asking you to fill out a couple of forms in there, which is basically a disclosure form that, yeah, you accept the terms and conditions and you will be trading blah, 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 and you're just putting your name, address, and that's pretty much it. So, and if you can forward it straight away, man, you're going to get your turnaround like, 24 hours. But in their website, it actually says it's 2 days, I think, and within 2 days, actually, yeah, they're keeping the mark. So, and I'm not sure if they have a double shift. I was surprised. I was emailing, like, after work, and then I was still receiving emails when I was at work, like, and I was communicating back and forward with them, like, asking them questions and et cetera, et cetera. So it was pretty good experience, like, so I feel okay with them, like, so, and hopefully it's going to be continuing good. Does anyone have any other questions? Anyone wants to ask something or anything? You might be wondering why I'm not talking. That's already, guys, probably explained to you. I have 2 kids, like, and when they're going nuts, they're running basically behind me and pushing and playing around. So it would be very inconvenient for you just to hear some screaming and et cetera, et cetera. So I can only do, like, I can only talk when they sleep, like, I can do that. Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Yes, I will see you on Monday. So I'm gonna start trading my funded account on Monday. Yeah, so it's gonna be good fun. So it's going to be it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to keep that equity curve the same way, like, So I really hope, I hope we're not gonna see swings. But to tell you the truth, like, it's to pass the test is quite easy. Like, I'm realizing now to pass that evaluation test is so simple. It's very easy, and the hardest thing is actually to hold it, like to hold that account, like, to be able not to lose, not to overgo, like, not to lose a lot, like, basically, because you have only 2,500 to lose, even, and it started to going down as your account started to grow. So it is totally, it's totally sucks thing. It's become a real game, like, and mentality switches off, like, when you're just doing evaluation, you're just, so you have a goal, you have a goal that you need to achieve. You're just punching, like, you're making sure you pass it. But after you've done it, it's like you're sort of losing that, I don't know how you call it, focus or motivation. So you need to refocus on something else, like, and continue to push it through. Yeah. Any other questions? Does anyone have any other questions? Any newcomers wants to see us start? So I'm just going to show it here again so you can have a look at it, like, if you're interested. So we can even see in a calendar how it's being. So that's pretty much how the test went. So I started on January. So January was quite good. Like, you can see, like, January was pretty profitable. Like, started on the right note, 300, 200, 143, 200. That's losing day, $6. Then profit 360, 168, 6 again. So where it's 6, it's actually negative here because you need to deduct the fees. So, and the February was quite a challenging thing. But, like, it looks like I have only two big negative days, like, which is fantastic. So it's good to see this stuff. It gives you an indication how it went. Yeah, anyhow, yeah, so it is a good fun. So it's, yeah. And please don't be shy, just ask questions, like, if you have any, I do my best to answer them, like, when kids are asleep. So yeah, an account is pretty much ready, like, that's it. We gotta start trading it on Monday. Yeah, I pushed it a little bit on Wednesday. Like, I really wanted to finish it on Wednesday because I have something on Thursday, but it's all done now. Yeah, looks like they're targeting 600. Looks like they're gonna touch 600. You see, they actually rejected. You see that not where they rejected. So if you just notice, guys, like, you just like, if you're trading DOM, you just need to pay attention, like, on the size, where the size is hitting. I say size is hitting offer ask side, like, they cannot go through. It really tells you, like, okay, hold on a sec, there is a rejection in here, so that level is rejected. So next time they're approaching that level, you just need to watch it and see how the tape is behaving. Looks like ES was very crazy. ES looks like an oil now, like the way it trades, like, I've never seen anything like that. It's a 2-digit numbers now. That's it. They're extending the range now. C514, so it's not far. Yes, it's definitely changed volatility. I think it used to be all 300, like at least 200-300 orders on this, but no. Fantastic, going for 600. That's a big push. Something is going on. Okay, guys, I didn't actually expect trading today, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Sorry, at the beginning of the video. But yeah, so I've traded today, and I'm gonna finish up, like basically. So here's day, here's the stats for the day. So looks like we have a good start. So let's see what's gonna be. So I'll see you all on Monday, and good luck with your trading. Thanks for joining in. So, and please ask questions if you feel like.